See, in this world, there's two kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns, those who dig. You dig.
Finish him!
There you go. Welcome to what may be the most eloquently spoken episode of It Gets Dumber.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm not going to cuss.
I told you I wasn't going to say anything. So
I'm going to make some nice, smooth transitions from naughty words into fire truck and stuff of the sort.
fire truck.
Fire truck.
Are you going to replace bad words with fire truck?
It's knuckin' futs, like Dickie Roberts.
Okay. I wasn't going to say anything, dude. So, you know.
You were just hoping I'd slip up so you could score that.
Oh,
20.
I was going to jump all over it. I'm just
I
going to be
know,
honest with you.
I know you were.
All right. So I have a list of things I've gotten back on my note taking. So before I do all of that, do you have anything that you would like to cover?
Not right offhand.
Well, we're not just going to use my notes as what all
nothing-
we talk about.
Or was this like new business? Are we following the maritime law here?
No, I mean, I think that we should
All in
naturally talk about things that are going on in our lives and stuff, and then just kind of infuse all of this.
I hit the biggest raccoon I think I've ever seen in my life with my car the other night.
Yeah,
I was going about 70 coming home from playing in a Magic tournament, which I lost every single game of, by the way. I sucked. Yeah, like I was just cruising, seeing all kinds of deer and other wildlife out there, and then right about 7 miles from my house, a raccoon the size of a kindergartner decides to run out in front of the car.
So isn't it funny that deer probably would have done much more damage?
Oh yeah, deer would have done much more damage.
But they just decided not to.
Yeah, they're just looking at me. They're like, nah, not him. We're waiting on that big rig to make sure it takes us out completely.
Yeah,
like,
really,
we don't want to suffer from the car. If we're gonna get took out, we want to wait for the big ones that sound big.
Yeah, I don't want to suffer. I want to get hit.
Yeah,
by
I want to go ahead and just
as
as soon as I get hit, the lights are gone. That's it. That guy hits me with that little car of his. Like I'm gonna sit there on the side of the thing and have to bleed out internally.
But the good thing is the car's not totaled.
No, it's not total. Just busted the bumper and the radiator and something else. I'm sure once I get underneath and look. I ain't looked.
So the
at it
radiator is busted.
yet. Oh yeah, like all the antifreeze has made a nice brown spot right in the middle of the yard.
Okay.
I was able to drive it home. I probably should have pulled over and checked it out, but I was like, I'm this close to home. We're just gonna get it there.
So back to this magic thing. Did you lose any actual money?
No, I mean, like I kept the cards and stuff, and like you just win it's just a pre-release. It's not like a tournament.
Okay, so if you lost, what did you lose then?
Well, if you win the round, like you win a free pack of cards.
Okay.
And then at the end, if you had the best overall record or tie for the best overall record, you get like 3 or 4 extra packs. Which a pack's like $5.
So these packs that you could have won there, could you get them any otherwise?
I mean, yeah, you can buy them.
Okay.
It's just that this was a week before the actual release. Like, it actually doesn't come out till tomorrow. Or it may have been today.
But you could have gotten them then.
Yeah, but like I pre-ordered the Commander decks. I got those in like a fat pack box that comes with like 10 packs in it.
The people who work at this store or whatever, do they get like, when you were there that night, do you think those people have already gotten their pick out of it?
I mean, like they're sealed up packs. You don't know what's in them. It's gambling, basically.
Well, these people may have still.
All right, let's put it like whenever like Trey went with me, you get like a little box that has 6 packs in it and like a dice and something else, and you sit there and you like open up your packs and then you build a deck out of it and then you play with those. Trey opened up $100 card in his.
That's cool.
Yeah, like it's just straight out worth $100.
Does Trey have the same volume of cards that you do?
No.
Okay.
He sold off a lot of his, but like I can take a picture at the top of my closet. There's an entire shelf in my closet that's just like sealed Magic decks up in the top of the closet that I'm just saving.
Do you have plans on one of these days?
One of these days I'll sell them. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe like whenever I die, the kids can sell them and buy something they actually want. Like
So
cocaine
the
and hookers.
market for these cards, is there ever a possibility that it goes down instead of going up?
I mean, it is. The cards always like fluctuate. Some of them, like the really old cards, are on what's called a reserve list, so they won't ever print those again. Those are worth tons. Like you know how you see like people with a Black Lotus is the most sought after Magic card.
Do you have any of those?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I
would.
I've
one
never
of these.
seen. I had some original dual lands that I had when I used to play in high school that I sold off like an idiot.
What'd you get for those?
I think I got like $40 for like.
What are
those.
they worth now?
About 800 a piece.
Wow. Dude, I've got some baseball cards that one of these days I would like to take.
You got to get them graded now. That's the only way like baseball cards and comic books are worth any money anymore.
Well, that's what I'm
is if you
saying.
get
I'd
'em
like to
graded.
go somewhere and just see like the cards that I have and what they're worth.
Antiques Roadshow, man, catch it one day.
Is
I
it
mean,
ever in North Carolina?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Antiques Roadshow.
I don't really consider them to be antiques, though.
Are they over 25 years old?
I don't know. Some of them maybe.
We
yeah.
graduated high school 24 years ago, and I'm pretty sure you didn't buy any while we were in high school.
No,
They're all from like middle school. So that's over 25
not
years.
24 years ago. 21 years ago.
21. Yeah, 21. I'm making us older than what we are.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I feel it some days when I wake up. And then
Me too.
During the day, I don't feel like oh, I'm 39. I don't feel like I'm 39.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I will be 40 years old on my birthday. That is crazy.
Hey, you old timer.
I know.
I'm gonna get you a corncob pipe and a like walking cane, so you can sit out there in the porch swing and tell me about the good old days.
The thing that really scares me is like I'm 40, and with the way that things cost now, I'm gonna have to work until I'm 60 or 70.
We're gonna have to work until we're like in the like grave.
Yeah, I mean that's unless I hit the lottery or something, which I haven't played the lottery in a
one
while.
of your crazy gets rich schemes actually.
Yeah.
pan out.
Oh, by the way, Charles called me today and he was like, "Hey, I'll fight somebody on your street beefs that you're gonna have in your backyard." He's like, if I have to, I'll fight 2 people. And I was like, okay, well, I'll see if we can get the ball rolling on that.
Man, he's got some pent up aggression he needs to let out, don't he?
Yeah, I mean, but listen, he's he was just wanting to contribute to the cause, man.
I mean, glad he's down. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's one person. Now we just kind of have to market it to somebody, at least somebody else.
There's enough base heads around. Like, I'm sure we can offer them $40 and they'll get in there and scrap.
But that's the thing.
King Kong Bundy.
See, me and Mindy, like, we've done car shows and stuff, and yeah, people will show up if you spend money to give them free stuff, basically. But that's the thing. Here we are, we're doing a podcast, and we're at net negative on it, and I literally just talked about, okay, well, I'll just do like a buy now, pay later thing on a new soundboard. That way we can actually use our mics for what they're intended for.
Yeah, instead of the other cable.
Yeah. And, but that's the thing is like, we'll attract plenty of people if they want to come and do something to get something, and we invest the money in it, and
well, we offer them a prize for whoever wins,
and we have to charge like a cover charge.
Like $5 to get in.
But could you imagine me going to the mayor? Which
who said we're going to go to the mayor?
We have to let somebody know that we're doing this. If not, then the cops will get called and we'll get shut down.
Cops are probably going to get called anyways because of where we live at. Somebody's going to get butt hurt and start shooting.
Yeah, that's my fear, really.
Yeah, I mean, nature of the beast. Like, nobody just scraps anymore and is done with it. Somebody's got to get shot at the end of the day.
Yeah, nobody. There's no such thing as a fair fight anymore. Like, one dude's gonna get beat, and his ego's gonna get hurt, and next thing you know, he's going to his car to get a gun, and he's like, "I'll show you who's the tougher dude," and that's just how it's gonna go.
Just listen. a dude, like we do this, and a guy walks out and he starts screaming attention whenever he goes into the ring. That's Bone Crusher. And
Bone Crusher.
Yeah, he ain't fighting nobody because he's gonna go to the trunk.
That's what he said anyway.
Yeah, he said he's going to open the trunk. He ain't
never scared though. But yeah, at least he that piqued his interest, and
Yeah, I mean, like it would be cool. Like I'd ref it. I'd be better than the referee that was in that one that's just standing there like they're circling around. He's just standing in the corner, like leaning back, like that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah. So where my ideas have come from recently, like I'll bring it to the podcast and I'll be like, hey, this is my next like scheme to like generate some
You're like
fun.
a bad cartoon villain that just has schemes over
Yeah.
and over.
So like that came from
What-
obviously us watching Street Beefs, and then
What are
me
you
and
gonna
Mindy
do
have
tonight, Pinky? The same thing we do every night.
try to rule the world.
Try to take over the world.
Yeah. But me and Mindy were watching the soapbox, the Red Bull soapbox races, and I was like, well, we should try to have like a soapbox race in
We don't have
Elizabethtown.
any heel. What are we gonna do? Put them on the river?
Oh, there
bridge?
is a hill. There is a hill like going out of Elizabethtown, going towards Clarkton. Right there, once you get past the middle school, which used to be the high school,
Oh,
right
yeah.
there on the right, there's that little road. And we know
that's-
somebody. I know somebody. Oh God, I just hit the mic. I bet that's going to be loud.
It's
but-
not like it didn't register anything that I see. You're good.
But I know somebody that lives up there at the top of that hill. But the problem is getting a lot of people to park around there. That would be the problem. But as far as soapbox races, that
we
would
can
be
park them in that field over where they built the overpass, and they just gotta hoof it over there.
yeah.
I mean, we're supposed to get a
They're-
super Walmart
and they
there.
can park like over there where Taylor's at, which is like a quarter mile from there,
People aren't gonna want to walk.
or the school.
We'd have to
Yeah,
get, like,
you
a
would have to
school
have a
bus
shuttle.
and
You'd have
we'd have
to have some sort of shuttle because people aren't going to want to walk over there.
No,
And that's the thing. It's like,
people always like I gotta get the front parking place.
yeah.
Dude, I will park out in the middle of the parking lot with nobody around me.
Oh,
Go in
dude.
the store,
When I
come
go,
back out, and somebody
it's
is
parked right
next,
beside you.
right next to
Yeah.
me.
Oh, dude, whenever we go to Super Walmart, I park as far away from the store as I possibly
Oh,
can.
I do too. And the wife hates it, and like I hate whenever she drives and we go to Walmart or something because she would do the parking lot crawl over and over.
Circle around,
just
try to
up
find
and
a close
down
spot.
every single lane. I'm like, you could already park back there,
Way
and
back.
we already be in the store.
It
right
takes
now.
5 minutes to walk to the store.
Yeah, we'd already be in the store. We'd already be halfway done shopping for what we need by now.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mindy doesn't have a problem with it. She would suggest us park out there further away, because like the thing is like people opening their doors, they possibly could hit your car when they open it. I'd just rather park
I just
away.
do it for ease of getting out of the parking lot.
Yeah, and that
Like,
too.
it's so much easier to get out of the parking lot if you're way out there at the end. You ain't gotta wait. Like, oh wait, this car's backing up. Let me wait on them.
Dude, I've always said this, and I haul gas, so I go to gas stations all the time. And this is another scheme I have, like an idea I've had, is people will try to park as close to the door as they possibly can. If the door was open and they could drive through it, they would drive into the store.
Some people have drove through the Dollar Generals around
That's
here.
so my idea
They
is
they try to
have
make
a
it drive.
convenient store, a gas station, whatever, that people can drive through, and somehow or another, the items that they get that they put into their car, it gets charged to them, and they can't go out of the door until they pay. They drive through grocery store, drive through gas station, something.
Dude, you know how big of a cluster it is in like grocery stores around like holidays and stuff.
Okay, but let me
Can
tell you
you
something.
imagine?
Let me
like,
tell you something.
being
Hold
in
on.
a car.
I know. I get that, but listen, we go to Builder's Discount all the time in Lumberton, and it is a drive-through
you
place.
drive through and grab the stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, and people
That's
are
a lot
mindful.
different buying lumber.
It is.
And
It
stuff
is.
than it is people in a grocery store. You know how many times I've been hit with a cart in a grocery store?
I understand.
Little old
but
lady
listen,
sitting there on
if
her
you-
cell phone, like it's right here, not paying attention, pushing the cart, and just blast me while I'm down on the
Okay,
floor.
so here's the thing: you have directional lanes, and say like if you want to, you
Oh, I
have to
forgot
go
milk.
in. Yeah, if you have to go in, you take a right going into the store because everything always goes from the
I
right
think
to
they
the
already
left.
pretty much got that handled with the online shopping with Walmart and stuff. So you just go on there, order what you want.
You're trying to shoot me down with my
I'm
ideas.
being
man.
realistic here, brother.
No.
You'd have to have a grocery store the size of a entire city block to accommodate the
Okay, what
cars.
about the Tesla and the Amazon warehouses that takes up miles of warehouse?
That's
okay?
fair, but you're going to do that for one store?
Not miles of it, but hundreds of yards. Yeah.
It's not feasible, brother.
Listen, how big is Buc-ee's? They got hundreds of gas stalls.
That's fair, but it's a lot different than going in people getting groceries and oh, I forgot milk. I need to cut back across the store.
If you do, you got to go all the way around the back of the store and back around the front.
Last time somebody shops there, they'll be like, "Nope."
I can just trust me, dude.
I can order the stuff on the online app on Walmart.
Listen
and
to me.
Bam! It is. I go drive up there and they put it in my car for me.
Yes, but sometimes when they're sitting at home and they submit that order, they may remember. Oh, I forgot something.
So they're gonna go drive to your.
No, you have to do another order.
300-yard.
Yeah, but you have to do another order, and then you have. Well, I mean, you could sit there and wait. They'll probably bring it all
plus,
together.
the fumes from the car.
Will you stop shooting down my ideas? I think this is a game-winning idea here.
What game are you playing? Connect 4?
No, being easy. Listen, you and I both work at gas stations and grocery stores enough to know people want to get as close to the stuff as they possibly can.
Imagine a dude in a big diesel in there, and he's mad because little old lady's looking at the different types of cheeses over there, and he's getting impatient. He's blowing coal over there, and then all of a sudden you have this black noxious cloud just floating through your grocery store. Oh, look, the butter's ruined now. It tastes like diesel. It's unfeasible, brother.
It's not. I'm telling you this.
Okay,
so what about this? Okay, let's change this a little bit then. Instead of it being a drive-through where you can drive through a car, we've talked about this before. What about the hover around things? What about if you could get in something in the parking lot to drive around in while you're in the store, something electric?
Fat people have been doing that for years at Walmart.
Okay, so yeah, let's just increase the number of hover rounds that we have.
Oh, God. I'm never going. I'm doing online orders exclusively from now on, just so I don't have to deal with that. Dude, I hate you go to the grocery store, you're in there, you're walking around, and then there's somebody that sees somebody. Oh, I ain't seen you in years,
and they just stand there and talk.
Let's have a family reunion right here in the middle of the grocery store aisle.
Yeah.
Not the dude's over there pushing a float full of stuff. He's got to go stock it. Guess where they're standing? Right where he needs to go. Oh, are we in your way? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, contact them on Facebook or something. Get their cell phone number. Call them. They're just you can even FaceTime them on your phone and look at them as you're talking to them. It's cool.
That's modern technology.
There you go.
Modern.
You don't have to call the operator 612 anymore and tell them you want to talk to the lane 34 or whatever, and they patch you in.
But if you think about it now, having a free-flowing grocery store where everybody's in some sort of cart, they can't do that.
They would.
They
would put the blinkers on that thing and hit the shoulder, and they're over there talk, Mary Sue, I hadn't seen you since we graduated high school, and you licked my ball sack behind the basketball gym. It's yeah, well, I ain't seen you since you licked my cooter.
Okay, so you have a soliciting line or an area where if you see somebody you know, you go park in the back.
Give it up.
No,
just give it up, man.
I'm dying on this hill.
Just give it up.
I'm dying.
Well, dude, you are becoming crow food on that hill because you are definitely dying on it.
I'm dying on it.
Of all the things to
if you're
go to bat for,
Jeremy is being a Debbie Downer right now. If you're listening to this episode,
brother.
If you're listening to this episode and you think that this is a good idea, send us an email at itgetsdumberpodcast.
We've asked to get emails constantly. The only thing we got is spam emails.
Send me a text message if you know my number. If you are an investor and you think that this is a great investment idea, send me a text message.
If you do,
send us an email.
Gets rich off of it, I will eat crow and say I was wrong.
It gets dumber podcast at what? Gmail.com. It gets dumber podcast at gmail.com. If you want to invest in this idea, then we will put it in the works. Okay. I think that this is a great idea because here's the thing. We've talked about this before and Jeremy admitted to it. They like have had to increase the number of hover rounds in grocery stores and in Walmart over the years because more and more people are using them.
Whenever you go to the store now and you look at the hover rounds, it looks like you're going to ride go-karts at the fair or something.
Listen, go-karts, make them go-karts, electric go-karts. Go shopping with a go-kart. Have a little basket on the front. There you go.
This just keeps getting to be the worse and worse idea.
No, it's not. It's a great idea.
Oh,
dude, you go to gas stations and grocery stores all the time. People want to get as close to the door as they can for the least amount of walking. You can't tell me if you gave them the option to be in some sort of like conveyor line or something, they would do it.
And I told you, the lazy people that like they're starting to slowly transition to the online ordering. The market started in cat, brother. You're fighting.
No.
This hill you are about to die on is already scattered with bones.
No, man.
And you are just laying down on it and accepting death at this point.
No. This is a revolutionary idea.
You're not Che Guevara.
What about those people who don't use cell phones, who don't use technology, man?
Those people are living in the woods and like killing squirrels for dinner.
I trust me, I know people. I have trained a person at work with me who's like, I don't use my cell phone for nothing but phone calls. So you're telling me that guy is going to go online and order something and then sit at the parking lot and wait for them to bring it to him?
He's not going to go through your drive-through, drive around.
He might.
Hover around, go-kart, grocery store.
Or he's just going to go to a different grocery store, and the people who want to do that will go to this grocery store. You're shaking your head, but you know it's right. This is like
you're
the new
making
way.
My head hurt from how bad you're defending this bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. This is the new thing right here.
Oh my Lord.
And then so all of the stocking for stocking like what you do and stuff, there will be like a middle lane where people don't have to worry about like coming in contact with these people as they're stocking it. It would kind of be like the beer or the like the drinks and stuff where people stand behind and they just put it in the things.
There's a bunch of food lines now that have that for like the juices and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the way you stock it. Dude, this is a billion-dollar idea right here.
I love how you changed the letter at the front from the M to the B.
Well, because $1 million nowadays is not really a lot.
Like we were talking about the other day, the new $20 bill is 100.
100, yeah. Everything starts at 100 now.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't go into a store and not spend $100.
Pretty much. I just bought $50 for basically 3 hoses just now. I paid $50 for 3 hoses, pretty much. And that may not solve the problem, but it's going to be new hoses.
It's a start in the right direction.
Yeah. I just noticed your mic. Well, I didn't just notice it. Your microphone's blue just like mine now. I thought you had changed it to purple or something.
No, I hit the thing on it occasionally.
Okay.
Yours is...
it's blue.
It is blue.
Yeah.
I can't see it past the laptop.
Oh, that's something I didn't tell you about. Last weekend, we went to Harbor Freight. I've been talking about this for a while off mic, but I finally bought a toolbox.
Oh,
and guess what color it is?
Blue.
It's blue.
Of course it is.
And we spent when we got home, we spent like 3 hours putting it together.
Does it have drawers on it?
Yeah. It's got 5 drawers.
How are the drawers on it?
So I think it's pretty cool, actually.
What are they rated?
I don't know about all that. I didn't really look. So the one that I got, there's like a one that you could buy with 3 drawers and one that you could buy with 5 drawers, and I got the 5 drawer one. It's not that big, but
is it as big as the table?
Maybe, yeah. I'll tell you what, that thing was pretty heavy.
Oh yeah. Should have got you one of those Snap-on ones.
Yeah, $13,000.
Drop enough to buy a car on a toolbox.
Yeah, I mean it's not that like serious. I don't need a $13,000.
Do you really need a $13,000 toolbox?
Who needs it?
I mean, even if you're like the best mechanic in the world building like Ferrari engines and stuff, do you really need a $13,000 toolbox?
Somebody does. I'm sure
I mean,
somebody
like,
does.
at what point is it just excessive? Like, wasteful, I guess.
So I think as far as that goes, $13,000 is for a cheap toolbox.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. Like, still, that's an
There's
absorbent amount.
there's toolboxes at Harbor Freight for like big ones. That's like a cabinet style toolbox. That's like $1,700. That I would imagine the Snap-on equivalent to that is probably upwards of
30,000.
$20,000 probably.
Like, here, make your whole shop Snap-on. It only going to cost $250,000.
Yeah, like you got to be serious into some sort of mechanic work.
I mean, even if you're serious and like, is it worth it? Like, I get Snap-on tools still have a lifetime warranty on them, right?
I guess. All I know is I've seen like the YouTube videos where they will take a Snap-on tool and take a Harbor Freight tool and like test how strong they are.
And the Harbor Freight tool wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the quality of it does not match the price anymore.
Yeah. I mean, everything is basically, I won't say where it's made, but it's pretty much not made in America. So,
You know, all that's made in America anymore is idiots.
pretty much.
We manufacture those every day, all day.
We talked about natural selection just yesterday.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, take the warning labels off of everything.
I think that's a good idea actually. Just take the warning labels.
Just
Like there's no way, and we talked about this yesterday. There's no reason why Tide Pods needs a warning label that says "Do not eat this." You go to the store and you buy laundry detergent in little, I don't know if it's
I
plastic
can see
or
like
what.
a little kid eating it because maybe like
Because they
like,
don't know.
They
Like-
don't know, like a 3-year-old or something like that.
my nephew's son, who's not even 2 years old yet.
Yeah,
I could
like,
imagine
I
him
can
going
see
through a
him-
cabinet.
Yeah, he
picking up a
finds
ti-
one. He thinks it's like a gummy bear or something, and he chunks it in his mouth.
Right.
But not a teenager. You know better.
That's the reason why they put the warning labels on it.
Yeah, because
for
they're
people
worried they're
who
going to
were
get
like-
sued because some idiot ate this.
Yeah. It's for people who thought that it would be funny to eat a Tide
Hey, look,
Pod.
I'm going to eat laundry detergent.
Yeah. And they found out real quick that it was not funny.
What you
Dude.
got on the old list over there?
Dude, Dogecoin keeps going down, and like if it gets back to 20, maybe like 20, 23 cent, I'm
Dude,
just selling it,
don't,
man.
Don't even look at it.
It's never going any higher
You
than
never
that.
know.
It's not.
You
It's just
never
not.
know.
So I guess let's say, oh yeah, the first thing that I got on my list is something that I've been meaning to just kind of briefly talk about. Is you know how it's been raining basically like every day for the past couple of weeks? I have a theory about this. I have a theory that daylight savings time has kind of messed up our seasons.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because like I think that right now we're getting what is supposed to be April showers. You know how it goes, April showers bring May flowers?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the April showers part now. But the thing that we can't really ever put like a definite answer to is that North Carolina doesn't really have all 4 seasons. It's either cold or it's hot. And you may have like a couple of weeks there where it's like it's cold and then it gets warm and then it goes back to cold, but then when it gets warm again, it's just warm.
Dude, we have all 4 seasons in the same day sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's cold in the morning, and then it's nice in the like mid-afternoon.
But I can't remember, and I can look it
Then
up.
you have like hurricane force thunderstorms at
I can look it up real quick, but
Oh, you don't like the weather in North Carolina? Wait an hour.
yeah. What was I gonna look up now?
I don't know. The meaning of life?
No.
You get paid, get laid?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna look it up now because I forgot that quick.
Yep. I'm in shambles.
I'm in shambles.
So what else you got on the old listy do over there?
Big Bang Theory.
You're
Have you
you're
heard
making me
any?
jealous with the chair, and I'm still in a camping chair. I should have told you to buy that
Dude,
chair.
I just sent you a picture last week of a chair for sale for $40,
Yeah, I should have
just
got you.
like this.
I should have told you to go ahead and get it.
All you had to do was say get it, and I would have got it. I was driving the truck that day.
So
Could have put it in the back of the truck.
we'll get one eventually.
The Big Bang Theory, though.
What about the
Have
Big
you
Bang?
heard the theory that it's not the Big Bang Theory is not actually what happened? Is that our universe is in the middle of a black hole?
I have heard that before.
So,
You know, the Big Bang Theory was cooked up by a Catholic priest, right?
yeah. They
Yeah.
call it the BHC, the Black Hole Cosmology Theory, proposes that our universe may be the interior of a black hole within a larger parent universe. This theory suggests that every black hole could form a new universe on the other side of its event horizon, potentially making our own universe a creation of a black hole in a different, larger reality.
It could be. That could explain the Matrix.
Yeah.
I mean,
But my question with that is like, was that thunder?
Was that thunder?
I think so.
Yeah, like I said, you don't like the weather in North Carolina. Wait an hour.
Yeah, it shows literally rain and thunder on the screen of my phone.
Huh.
So the black hole as a gateway. BHC suggests that a black hole could be a wormhole or a gateway to another universe. The interior of a black hole, specifically behind its event horizon, is theorized to be a contracting universe with a central singularity where space itself collapses. So my question is, if we're in the middle of a black hole, when are we going to come out the other side? And when that happens, like this whole, if our universe is part of a black hole, then it's going to collapse on itself when it comes out the other side, right?
I don't know. I'm not a physicist, brother. I can't tell you.
Well, we need to get what's his name?
Neil deGrasse
Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse Tyson on.
I'd rather get the Japanese dude, the Michio Kaku. He
Okay.
seems like he'd be a cooler dude to talk to. I don't know. Neil deGrasse Tyson would be cool to talk to too, though. Like
He
I
would.
was friends with a dude whenever I lived in South Carolina. He was an astrophysicist. Like he actually had like papers and stuff,
That's cool.
and actually played Magic and stuff with him.
So
But,
what was his theory?
I don't remember. I was just gonna say like I was talking to him and I was partaking of the devil's lettuce, and
That's why you can't remember.
And I was talking to him. I do remember this. He's like, "You see all those stars up there? They could not even be there anymore, but they're so far away that their light's just now getting to us. They could already went supernova and not even exist anymore. It'd be millions of years before we know."
Well, speaking of that, that is why like I've seen that that our universe could be in the middle of a black hole is because like the galaxies that have been discovered are all turning in the same direction. Like, why are they all
Why are
turning
they
in
all
the same
spinning the
direction?
same way? Maybe that's like you flush a toilet and it all goes the same way, except
Right. So that would mean that we're spinning around in
the
something
same
that,
point.
huh?
The same point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entirely possible. We'll never know, man. They can theorize all they want. Just like gravity's not a law, it's still a theory.
Yeah.
It's the best one we got, but who knows?
That's the thing is like,
I still think there's like something to do with electromagnetism because you got 70% of the Earth's salt water. Salt water conducts electricity.
right?
There's got to be something to that. I'm not smart enough to figure it out, but I think that's something. Maybe. Who knows? I'm an idiot.
I mean, listen, that's what I started to say was like mostly all things that happen in our life or like that we believe in or theories or stuff like that is just something that someone else said a long time ago and we just kind of elaborated on that. Like it's all just ideas of someone in the past, basically, because
Yeah,
nobody
just
really
building-
knows.
There's nothing new under the sun, right?
Right.
So who knows? Maybe that. I'm trying to get my face right into it because you said you couldn't hear me too good last week.
Yeah.
I'm tapping yellow, and you're all red. Oh wait, I'm red. Red. Okay.
Yeah. That was just something I've seen a few TikToks of it lately and stuff like that, and I just it's kind of like nobody, like I said, nobody knows, and you know, it kind of it kind of makes you think a little bit. And as far as me being a Christian, and I believe in creation and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that I believe that God created Earth and that was it. Like He just created Earth and He said that's good enough. We're done, basically. Because if that was the case, then why are we peering into the ethos and seeing other things like just and one thing that somebody had said on like part of this black hole theory is like if humans, if you and I evolved from an ape, then why haven't other things evolved too? Like on other planets. Your mic just went blank. I wonder if did you mute it?
Nope. Power cable going loose.
That's not good. Oh, you unplugged it completely. I think you would still register.
There we go.
On the
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Christ is averted. I went to adjust it and pulled the power cable completely out. Lull into conversation here.
Hold
sir.
on. I mean, I got you. But yeah, as far as like if evolution is a thing, then why aren't other creatures on other planets evolving too as well, basically? Is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know, maybe things are evolving on other planets. I've never been to another planet. I've never seen another planet, so
I've been stoned enough. I thought I was on another planet a couple times.
I have too.
Yeah.
High and in a different world.
Yeah, like I remember I smoked with my little brother one time, and like this joker had just started his foray into stuff that he has went well above and beyond I've ever went to.
Dude, my cup runneth empty, by the way, but go ahead.
Mine empty. And I remember smoking with him and him saying, I gotta put sand in my pocket so I don't float away. I was like, man, I miss getting that high whenever I use it.
I just miss getting high in general. Like one of these days it will happen again, but right now I have to pay bills, so I can't do it right now. But one of these days,
I mean, you never know. Podcasts may take off, man. We can get rich from doing this.
If it happens, it happens, man. I would be all for it.
Maybe I shouldn't have went on my little rant last week about how I just don't even edit it or anything anymore. That was probably not the right approach to go for.
No, dude, I think that what we're doing is more genuine, though.
We're Eddie Murphy raw.
We're just going at it raw.
I got the red jacket on.
We're just going at it raw. But yeah, I would be completely down to record an episode every single day if this paid the bills. But right now,
I don't know about every single day.
Oh, I would.
Not every day. That'd be overkill. Maybe like a couple times a week.
I think Rogan puts out 3. I've mentioned him again. I think he puts out 3 a week.
It gets number. We're officially changing our podcast to the Joe
Rogan.
To the Joe Rogan Love Hour.
The Joe Rogan blowjob hour.
Well, that's all you on that one, brother.
I'm not sucking it.
If Joe Rogan come up to you and said he'd give you $10 million straight off the top, tax free, you wouldn't give him some.
We've talked about this before. I'm not gonna get put back in this freaking this trap.
I mean, you're already throwing a 2-knuckler to your back door. You're like one step away.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
That's funny.
Why is that picking up on the mics?
I'm not sure. If y'all can hear that,
can we pause it? Because I need to fill my cup up again. Anyway.
Okay. Timeout. 1, 2, 3. All right, we are back.
What were we talking about?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Black holes, universes.
Yeah. There's just a theory that
Electromagnetism, salt water.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Next on the agenda, what else you got?
Well, I'll say this one before the other one. Today marks the 100th anniversary of the Goodyear blimp.
Really?
Yep.
Is it the same blimp?
I don't know if it's the same blimp or not, but
well, then is it can it celebrate a 100th anniversary then if it's not the same blimp?
a blimp? I'm assuming a blimp. And that like I remembered you remember the Hindenburg?
Yeah. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the humanity,
Oh, the
right? Well,
humanity.
we don't personally remember it, but
No, I mean, I wasn't even. My dad wasn't even around then.
just to go back, the Goodyear blimp was basically invented or whatever as like an alternative way of travel instead of
Right,
airplanes,
Yeah, like
and it was invented in 1925. So I looked up the Hindenburg blimp, and it crashed in 1937.
I need to get you on some Tartaria stuff so you can see like the airships and stuff that supposedly we had a couple 100 years ago.
A couple of 100 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send you some videos.
So a couple of 100 years ago would still be like,
No, this is like conspiracy theory type stuff. Like we had an advanced civilization that's been hidden away from us, and it wasn't that long ago.
dude, like the more and more that I see things about, like, the pyramids and stuff like
Did
that.
you ever watch the Graham Hancock show on Netflix?
Yeah, ancient apocalypse?
Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen it.
that's a good show.
I mean,
It's a real good show.
that's the only explanation, right? Is that there was
No, I mean, like they try to make some weird, like, oh well, this was just a hill, and there's always going to be people trying to debunk it and make excuses on why it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Like, man, the very first episode of it is that hit. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's like a terraced hill, and there's like chambers underneath it and stuff. Like, yeah, something happened. We'll never know.
Well, you remember me asking you about? Did you know about the Terracotta Army thing?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I was saying that I hope that they like before I die, I would like to see them like excavate the.
Well, I think they're scared to because they're breaking stuff and they don't want to break it.
Yeah, I mean,
It is crazy. Ow, that hurt.
what'd you do?
I caught a beard hair in the microphone.
That's
Yeah. Oh, what really sucks is whenever like I'm asleep and I'll get it trapped in my armpit or something,
your beard.
my beard, and like I'll go to roll over and I'll like snatch my like beard and oh that hurts so bad.
I didn't even think about
wake
that.
You. It'll wake you up. I gotta bundle it up before I go to sleep.
Do you like not like braid it or something?
Yeah, sometimes like the wife braids it, and sometimes I just grab like 3 or 4 ponytail holders and like bundle it up.
I've never thought about that. I'm about to cut my beard, dude, because I just can't do it.
I think the wife would divorce me if I cut my beard.
Why?
I don't know.
Have you ever thought about just this part right here, cutting it?
What, like around my mouth? Like
Yeah.
trimming it up? Yeah, I trim it up occasionally. I ain't done it
That's
lately.
one thing that gets on my nerves is getting hair in my freaking
Oh,
mouth.
dude, like
dude.
I've gotten so used to it at this point. I wake up with beard hair in my mouth sometimes. I just like these little pieces right here just be like this in my mouth. I just wake up, do this number.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that, dude. I couldn't stand it. Okay, back to the Hindenburg though.
As I'm sitting here drinking an entire half gallon of sweet tea.
If you drink that whole thing, that would be a great accomplishment. Really.
I mean, I can take this to the face, dude. Don't get it twisted. I can drink a ton of sweet tea.
Well, I mean, listen, like I said, it was never going to get drank. And to be fair, I don't remember. It's been years since I've drank sweet tea, but Bojangles did have some pretty banging sweet tea back in the day.
It is pretty good tea.
But okay, back to the Hindenburg. It crashed in 1937, and 35 people died. There was like 13 crew members, but
I remember seeing an episode of Pawn Stars where somebody tried to sell some silverware that it said come from the Hindenburg. It did not come from the Hindenburg.
It didn't.
It didn't.
It was designed to be filled with helium, but it was filled with hydrogen this day, and likely ignited by a static spark in the hydrogen-oxygen mixture.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that was one of the first like false flags ever. The fact that it was filled up with hydrogen instead of helium, and hydrogen is very exclusive.
Yeah. Why was it a false
To
flag?
try to like get it where we wouldn't use those anymore. Like, oh, no, everybody's gonna be scared to ride a Zeppelin now.
No, you just make sure you got the right stuff in there.
The right stuff.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
What was that song that you and Corey tried to get me on yesterday?
I don't even remember.
It was the Earth, Wind, and Fire song or something.
September, man.
Yeah. Well, I knew it, but I didn't know it.
That's when you're like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. As you proceed to sing the first line of it in tune into how the song goes.
I don't even remember.
I don't know what this song is. I don't know. Is it? Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly the one we're talking about.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like, oh, I don't know that.
Well, dude,
I just can sing it. Like,
I'm not
as
good
it
with.
goes.
I'm not good with names.
What does that have to do with singing the song?
I just sometimes it's hard for me to put a name with a face, or a name with a song.
Okay, that's fair.
It's the same thing.
Sure, I'll let you have this one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you won't let me have my drive-through grocery store idea.
I think that's a horrible idea, brother.
No, it's not.
Because there's so many hydraulics to this situation that just ain't gonna carry the
Wow.
load.
I tell you what.
I've done threw up like I don't know how many.
No, you haven't. Every
be-
problem that you have presented,
The
I have
sheer
came up.
size of the facility you would have to have is unfeasible for.
No. Why does
The fact that
Tesla
having
need
car-
a huge ass freaking facility to make their cars?
Because they have a lot of cars.
Ford probably doesn't have that huge of a facility. Chevrolet doesn't have that huge of a facility.
I mean, there's only like, who knows?
Uh-huh.
Just say that, like, still, like the clutter of people driving their cars inside of a store setting is just
Why?
a recipe for disaster. What happens if you have somebody just driving in there and they have a seizure and crash their car into the shells and it dominoes over all the shells on the other people's cars? Imagine the insurance you would have to like.
Okay, I backed off of the car issue and went to like an electric hover around issue.
Still, what the hover around? Somebody knocks the shells over with the hover around.
People do that anyway.
They're gonna die.
People
There's
do.
gonna be deaths in the grocery store.
No.
Yes, a shell falls on little like somebody's grandma that's like 97 pounds. That's her and the Mark cart's weight, by the way.
No. You just put like a little canopy over the top of it.
Now you're just incurring more cost.
A roll cage.
In the initial investment of starting this up. You're just tacking on more things.
Why?
You're just building. You're just. It's a bad idea, bro.
It's not a bad idea.
It is, of all the harebrained schemes you have come up with, this has got to be one of the worst.
No, it is not. This is one of the best. I'm telling. All right, listen. When this comes to fruition, and I get on that train, don't try to climb on board.
Oh, I'll say I was wrong, and I will wish you the best of luck. But the odds of that happening are the same as like Jessica Alba, like running for president or something. I shouldn't say that. That could happen.
She probably would do it.
Okay. Why Jessica Alba out of all the people in the world? I don't know.
Next thing you know, 2028, Jessica Alba,
Dark Angel for president.
Mm-hmm. It might happen.
I think that was Jessica Alba. I don't know. Bobby yelled at me if it wasn't. It'd be okay.
Yeah, he'll let you know.
Yeah, he will.
But yeah, I think it's a great idea, man.
No.
Why would the cart tip over and knock over the shelves?
Because people will do stupid stuff. The fact that people exist means something dumb is going to happen in there that we can't even feasibly think of right now. They're going to do. The power cable is going to be attached to it. It's going to wrap around this. It's going to pull out the structural support of this shelf. The corner is going to tip down. It's going to bust out all the glass, and little Mary Sue gets decapitated, Final Destination style over there.
the thing you're not taking into consideration is this grocery store is going to be for the people who want to shop that way. The regular grocery stores are still going to be around. People are going to go there who want to walk around in the grocery
So
store.
you're going to more competing companies against you.
Dude,
I can see some people going there one time for the novelty of it.
why do we need a Buc-ee's?
Why do you need anything? But I'm just
You're proving my point.
There is a reason why this has not happened. I'm sure somebody else has been around, like puffing the Chiba Cheeb and come up with this same idea. Because, like, are you sure you're not smoking again? Because this sounds like a pothead idea.
No, it does not. I am clear-minded right now.
This is like me discovering that I can put butter on the bottom of a Tostitos pizza when I cook it in the microwave or something.
Why not? It would just
I
be
used to do-
buttery.
Yeah, I used to do that when I ate them all the time.
You're literally debunking your own freaking thing.
I know I kind of doubled back on that, but still, this is a bad idea, man.
It's not a bad.
Like, I tell you what, go watch Looney Tunes and Wile E. Coyote and come back with another idea next week. Okay.
This is you can't even compare this. Speaking of Wile E. Coyote, here's the next thing. So I saw this article just a few minutes ago, like when I was prepping for the show, and I stumbled across this article by Darren Orff. Where's it at?
Spell this dude's last name.
ORF.
Orff.
Science.
Man, he had it easy when he had to do the SATs, didn't he?
Yeah, really.
I mean, I'm sitting here trying to.
I mean, really didn't much. Not much effort was put into him learning how to spell his last name. Really.
What's a dog say? Arf. All right, change it to an O. That's how you spell her name. Go.
So dogs is what I'm going to. And this is by Popular Mechanics. Like, why Popular
Mechanics has an article about dogs.
Yep.
Is it the robot dogs from Boston Dynamics?
No.
Okay, disappointed.
Here's the article headline: The dogs of Chernobyl are experiencing rapid evolution.
Like
Have
they're
the
growing
canines
thumbs?
acquired strange mutations living near the power plant? What'd you say?
I said, what did it do? Start growing thumbs?
Well, for decades, scientists have studied animals living in or near the Chernobyl nuclear power plant to see how increased levels of radiation affect their health, growth, and evolution. A study analyzed the DNA of 302 feral dogs living near the power plant, compared the animals to others living 10 miles away, and found remarkable differences. While the study doesn't prove that radiation is the cause of these differences, the data provides an important first step in analyzing the irradiated populations and understanding how they compare to dogs living elsewhere.
Okay, what was the mutations they have?
So it's basically, it drums it up to be something bigger than what it actually is.
Like they have like an extra chromosome or something now?
Yeah, kind of like, let me, where's that
The
part?
dogs have got Down syndrome from living near the elephant foot?
Hold on, I saw it. The study uncovered that the feral dogs living near the Chernobyl power plant showed distinct genetic differences from dogs living only some 10 miles away in nearby Chernobyl city. While this may seem to heavily imply these dogs have undergone some type of rapid mutation or evolution due to radiation exposure, this study is only a first step in proving that hypothesis.
Well, I mean, if you take blood samples from ones that live close to it, and it's genetically different than ones that live 10 miles away, isn't that kind of already proven that like it has an effect?
Yeah.
I mean, continue. Sorry.
Once they determined that these populations were genetically similar, they then used the Chernobyl city dogs as a representative control for their study. Of course, the task wasn't simple, as more than a couple dozen dog generations have passed since the original pups that witnessed the Chernobyl meltdown in 1986. We know that, for example, exposure to high doses of radiation can introduce instability of chromosomal level on down. I don't know what that means.
Chromosome levels.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it if you have an extra chromosome, that's when you have Down syndrome, or is it when you're short a chromosome?
I thought it was extra chromosomes.
Is it okay? I thought it was extra. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Anyway, I remember watching an episode of River Monsters one time where Jeremy Wade went to Chernobyl and caught a catfish.
Was it different than other catfishes that he ever
It
caught?
didn't have like a third arm growing out his head or anything, but
I guess so. Basically, what this is saying is they've noticed a chromosomal, whatever you want to say, difference in dogs.
that live close to it. Well, there you go. That's proven that the radiation is doing something to them.
Yeah. From what I'm seeing here, though, they haven't found any dogs with like extra legs.
You know what's crazy about radiation? Like Chernobyl, reactor melted down, that big thing come out. I forgot what it is exactly, but they call it elephant foot, I think. You can't go near there or live near there because of radiation.
For how long is it?
Like a long time. But then you have like Nagasaki and Hiroshima where we dropped nuclear bombs on that people are walking around there today. But
aren't there still babies being born with abnormalities
not 100% on that, but the fact that people are living there, in fact, they had a nuclear bomb dropped on it.
How long is Chernobyl radio?
10,000 years.
I
I want to say something crazy like that. It taught us in
the
school.
half-life is 30 years. That is half of these. Blah blah blah.
Well, it's been over 30 years because 86 is the same year I was born.
How long? 20,000 years. How long until Chernobyl is?
Is it radioactive?
It says, it will not be habitable for humans for at least 20,000 years. How do you know that?
Yeah, that's crazy. And then, like I said, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, people trotting around right now, living their best life.
Is that the same type of radiation, though?
Well, I mean, it's nuclear. I mean, is there like different grades?
Well, that's a good question. Keep the conversation going.
This one is like, this one accidentally melted down, so there's a whole lot more here because of that, as opposed to how much is used to make a bomb. But I don't know how much stuff they had to put in those bombs. I'm not a nuclear physicist. I'm like Zahi Wash. I'm not a scientist.
But you are a scientist.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not a scientist. I'm a scientist.
Radiation exposure is graded based on the amount of radiation received, the type of radiation, and how quickly it's delivered. Different levels of radiation exposure can lead to different health effects, ranging from mild skin burns to serious injuries or death.
Well, the fact that like whenever the bombs dropped, people were turned into just shadows on like doorsteps and stuff. Like there's nothing left of them except for a shadow.
Yeah.
How much radiation was that?
So was that the radiation that did that, or was that the blast?
The heat from the blast, I believe. But still, like, it was nuclear material doing it. Like, are you saying like, oh, we only use like a thimble full of something to do this?
I don't think that the amount of like nuclear. I don't think that it was as much as Chernobyl.
Right, because it's like a big giant blob of stuff.
Right. So that bomb, I think that more.
But still, big giant blob, 20,000 years. This teeny tiny bit right here, 5 years and we're good.
Well, when was the
45?
1945. So how long did the effects? Hold on. How do you spell Hiroshima?
This is episode 25, right?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed you haven't said it at least twice.
What?
You know.
The milestone?
Yeah.
Hey, the immediate aftermath of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs.
The Nakatomi Plaza.
In August 1945 saw tens of thousands of deaths within the first weeks and months, primarily due to burns, radiation sickness, and other injuries. However, the effects continued for decades and even across generations, with survivors experiencing a range of long-term health consequences, including increased rates of leukemia, other cancers, and psychological trauma, according to the article on ICANN. And this is just me Googling it, so it's like an AI answer.
The overview.
Let's see. If the continued suffering, many survivors who initially survived a blast went on to die from effects of burns, radiation sickness, and other injuries over the following months. Long-term effects. Radiation. Hold on. In summary, the effects of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings were not limited to the immediate aftermath. They extended for decades, impacting survivors' health, well-being, and the lives of their descendants. It doesn't really say
okay, people.
Okay, hold on. How long will the radiation last in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? In fact, nearly all the induced radioactivity decayed within a few days of the explosions.
Okay, so if we look at the elephant foot, how big it is, and that may have been in poor taste because I hit the button as you were talking.
What?
I hit this button as you were talking.
What button is that?
I
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I'm still doing good. But so a few days. So how much did they use? Like I know this is like a giant blob. Like Google how much the thing at Chernobyl weighs.
How much
does that? I think elephant foot. I think that's what it's called.
So are you looking for Chernobyl or the
Chernobyl?
How much does
it weigh?
Elephant foot?
I'm pretty sure it's the elephant foot. I may sound like an idiot, but what's new?
Elephant foot weigh Chernobyl. The elephant's foot, a large radioactive mass of melted reactor core material, weighs an estimated 2 metric tons. So it's located below the core of reactor number 4 at Chernobyl. Yeah. The elephant's foot is so radioactive that even brief exposure would be lethal.
Okay, so 2 metric tons, supposedly. So that's what, 4,000 pounds?
Yeah, 2.2 tons is what it says.
4,000 pounds equals 20,000 years of not being able to go near it.
Basically.
So they used.
So how far away from that can you be before?
I guess they used an atom to make the atom bomb.
Huh. I mean, that's why it would be called an atom bomb, right?
I mean, yeah, it's split into atoms. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I know something happens and it causes it to split off a hydrogen atom or something.
So what if they use this 2 metric tons to create that bomb? Would it destroy the Earth?
It probably would have enough juice to probably take out a couple. I mean, just think, if the sun ever goes supernova, we never know because it takes like 7 or 8 minutes for the sunlight to get here, from what they tell us at least. So 7 minutes ago, the sun could have went supernova, and we wouldn't know until we're just vaporized pretty much.
If the sun goes supernova, let's see what it says. If our sun were to go supernova, the results would be catastrophic for Earth. The expansion of the supernova would likely engulf the inner planets, including Earth, and the intense radiation released would strip away our atmosphere. Earth would likely be vaporized and possibly even ejected from the solar system.
I'm pretty sure we'd probably be vaporized. You said supernova, just then the only thing I could hear was Power Man 5000 going supernova. Cool.
Supernova is not our sun's fate. Our sun is not massive enough to become a supernova. A supernova are explosions of massive stars much larger than our sun. Our sun's future. Instead, in about 5 billion years, the sun will expand into a red giant and then shrink into a white dwarf. This process will scorch and eventually vaporize Earth, even without a supernova.
Huh. So 5 billion years from now, whenever we're doing the podcast.
How do they know it's going to take 5 billion years?
They best guess estimates, they don't know for sure. Best guesses.
In summary, while our sun will eventually die, it will do so peacefully as a red giant and then a white dwarf. not through a supernova explosion. A supernova from the sun would be an extremely destructive event for Earth. Well, it doesn't. Apparently, it doesn't matter whether it goes supernova or it goes red dwarf. It's still going to kill the Earth.
Either way, we're done.
I mean, I think it would be
We're-
safe
we're
to
gonna
say.
we're gonna be far gone by
Yeah,
the time that happens.
I mean,
Yeah, like our great times, like to the power of 100 grandkids, aren't going to be around.
and these are all of these sources are just me typing in Google, and it's like an AI answer. So there really is no sources to put on this except for Google. So I don't know how you would do that, but that's just me literally typing in things. I really hope we can't hear her throughout the podcast.
I mean, do y'all hear some yips? That's a cute little dog named Cricket.
Email us and tell me whether or not you hear the dog. itgetsdumberpodcast@gmail.com.
Her name should have been Gizmo.
We would love to at least get some sort of fan email. We do have a fan note.
I'm about to say, email us and tell us we suck. At least that's
Do
something.
whatever. Interact with us. Like we want to have interaction with the podcast. That means that people are hearing us talk about something and they want to chime in. Charles called me today and was like, "Hey, I'll be part of your street beefs thing." So that means that he was interacting with us. Was that last week that we talked about that, or the week before?
I think it was last week because we moved down here to this room since we're not baking on the second floor now.
Yeah, it is much more. Like, the only thing now we have to deal with is the dog outside of the room, like, losing her mind because she can't be in here bothering us.
Oh, dude, I'm sure if we let her in here, she'd hop up and just sit here.
No, she wouldn't. That dog does not know how to be still. The only time that she knows how to be still is when she's asleep. If she's awake,
Even
she's
then,
not
she
still.
could be running.
Could be, but she doesn't really sleep on the bed, so I don't know exactly what she does.
All right.
Why does the sun have to explode though?
Why does anything do anything?
Well, this is the part where I go and be like, yeah, well, that's just kind of how God made it. I think, like, eventually, I think that when we leave this body, we will figure all of that stuff out. And I think it's got something to do with the wormhole and everything that we kind of talked about with that, where, like, we just kind of show up on the other side. I think that the mirror universe is actually pretty cool. I think that if there is a mirror universe, that, like, you know, there's somebody having a podcast right now at 6:03 p.m. and they're talking about the same shit, and it's me and you, but in another fucking universe.
Hopefully that one looks better. 'Cause this one's ugly.
And have a bigger dick.
Yeah, I hope so too. 'Cause it may look like a needle, but it moves like a soul machine. Oh Lord.
And be much more, like, successful, and, you know, they're just doing this for fun. We're doing this for fun, but, you know, we also have hopes.
We have high hopes that we're never going to reach. Never say never, though. You never know. Somebody may listen to us. Maybe
Somebody listens to us.
other than people we know. And the bot farm in China.
Oh, dude. Somebody
Dude,
has.
they're trying to get state secrets from us. They're screwed.
I like I said, $20 is $20. I'll tell you what you need to know. Throw $20 my way, and I'll tell you what you need to know. China, if you're listening. Actually, I'm joking, because I don't want Secret Service knocking on my door, or the FBI, or the CIA, or any of that. No.
You're already trying to put us on a list already. Now you're trying to put us on a different list.
What list?
How many lists can we get on?
We've been on all the lists. At this point, we've been on them all.
I'm sure like I'm on some kind of monitoring list somewhere.
If you think about it, was it AT&T?
Yeah, AT&T was recording everything that their customers were
So
doing.
I saw something about that where there was like this secret
Yeah, you
room.
sent it to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has servers and they're recording everything. I'm sure all phone companies do that.
Well, I mean, I think that there are buzzwords.
Thank you, Patriot Act.
I think there are buzzwords that it listens to, and then like then they really listen in to what we're saying. Because like, remember when I called you and I told you about me going through Washington D.C. and stuff? Like, if they really wanted to, and who was I
That's just
talking?
because you were scared you're going to make a wrong turn and end up on a bridge where you wasn't supposed to be.
I think I was talking to you and Corey at that time. And remember when it was like, this conversation is now being recorded? And I was like, what is going on?
That's because I'd fumbled my phone and hit the record thing on the phone call.
Dude, I literally thought that Big Brother was chiming in.
Big Brother was like, all right, this is my time.
Yeah.
Let them know I'm here.
Because I was talking about taking a fuel truck down to the White House. Because that's where I thought I was headed. Okay? I thought
purposely.
not on purpose. Like, I didn't listen. If you're listening to it and you heard a buzzword and it chimed your interest, I just want you to know it was not my intention to go down that way. It just happened. And
like, I was trying to make sure I didn't make a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
yeah, I was trying to make sure that I was going the right direction. And I was going the right direction, but I shouldn't have been going that direction in the first place. So I
went 395 when I should have went 495.
Yes. And listen, I made it where I needed to go, but that was not the like number one choice of where I should have went.
We were in some sketchy situations.
I was definitely in a sketchy situation. So listen, I'm here now. Everything's good. I didn't go to the White House with a fuel truck, but it got close. I could literally see the top of the Capitol building and the Washington Memorial. So I was right there. What you got going on over there?
Oh, nothing. Letting you finish your little diatribe you were going on.
Why?
You were on a roll. I was letting you go.
Oh, I heard your little
my text message go on?
yeah.
If you must know, sir, what I was looking at is Guggen Squad
Uh-huh.
has limited edition Mountain Dew gear now, and they had to send me a text message to let me know.
Oh.
So let's check out some Guggen Squad Mountain Dew. Oh, look at there. That's actually a pretty cool hat.
Yeah, man. I have got some Guggen Squad stuff that I need to put in the water somewhere.
Well, next week when I'm on vacation, next Friday, let's go.
That sounds good to me. I'm ready.
Let's go rip some lips.
Where you want to go?
Get to the Blu-ray farm.
Greens Pond Key. Let me see if there's.
We need a boat if we're going in there, and I still haven't finished my boat. That's going to be like a lifelong project, I think.
Greens Pond. You can go to Do It Best and get a key.
And it's $200.
I'm going to go ask about it. The Greens Pond is 147 acres.
Mm-hmm.
Ideal spot for fishing, canoeing, hiking, and relaxing. 4 properties are available for rent on the pond, the cabin, the treehouse, the mini cabin, and a campsite. Contact Blade and Builder Supply for more information. I did not know that there was a cabin that you could rent to stay in.
I know they build a lot of stuff down there.
Dude, I have never even seen Greens Pond.
I've been fishing in it 3 times. With the first ex-wife's grandpa. I went with him 3 times in there. I caught more fish than him all 3 times. He never took me back. I caught like a nice 5 or 6 pound bass up next to the dock the last time I was in there with him.
Dude, I think that, listen, anybody listening, my dad is trying to sell me a boat. If anybody would like to send us some money to help me buy a boat, feel free. itgetsdumberpodcast@gmail.com. Contact us and indirectly me, and we will set up a payment structure.
He's secretly going to funnel the money into his car grocery store.
Leave my car grocery store alone. Like I said, whenever that train leaves the station, Don't try to fucking board it, okay?
I'm not. I'm gonna wave you goodbye. I'd be like, this is a bad idea.
Nope. Nope, because the train is already leaving the station.
Little do you know, the train tracks are out a quarter mile away.
No.
And you're going straight into the ravine.
Hey, listen, if you're an investor and you're listening to this podcast, and
Invest
you
in something smart.
stop trying to kill my idea, man.
Not this.
You're just a Debbie Downer.
I mean, I'm being real over here, bro. That is, of all the things, just no.
Itgetsdumber.com, or I'm sorry, It Gets
That is a
Dumber.
website. That's a website.
That is a website, but It Gets Dumber podcast at gmail.com.
That's our website, fool.
What?
Itgetsdumber.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it's a website.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, can they contact us through the website?
Yeah, it's got a link to the email.
Okay. Either
And
way.
it's got like a little thing down at the bottom of it. That shoots a message. Excuse me.
Either way, however you want to get in contact with us, listen, I have ideas. And Jeremy just doesn't want to get on
I
board.
have ideas too, but none are as harebrained as
It is not harebrained, okay? I am
Dude,
working.
I've seen Wile E. Coyote come up with better ideas to catch the Roadrunner, okay?
No. I'm not going to let you talk this down.
What else can I say to convince you that this is stupid?
A cuss word.
That's just because you want $20.
I ain't even. Fuck.
See,
I wasn't.
I've done good this whole episode, people. Whole thing. And we're in the closing minutes now, too.
What does that say?
What does what say?
That right there.
The way I'm looking at it, oof, oof.
You know damn well what I was saying. You know damn well what I pointed at.
I have it all over my laptop. If you look at the stickers, there's one here that looks like a pack of Marlboros that says it.
I know. I'm proud of you, man.
See, I can do it, people.
We ain't at the end yet.
I've done good for an hour and 16 minutes.
We've really been going an hour and 16.
Yeah, we're at an hour 16.
That's good. That's real good.
So like I said, we can put a bow on this one and call it a day, and then you can Apple Pay me my $20.
No.
We shook on it.
Let's see what else I got on the fucking notes over
You're
here.
just trying to prolong it out now, just to try to get me.
That's really all the notes I had actually.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the animal. It's like an echidna or something, or a chinna.
Chinchilla?
No, it's not a chinchilla.
Dude, my notebook.
It starts with an E. The thing that Knuckles is from Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway,
Okay, hold on.
what animal is Knuckles from Sonic?
What animal is Knuckles from Sonic? Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog franchise is an ECHIDNA. Echidna?
Okay, so those things have a 5-headed penis.
Five-headed
Just type in that name,
penis.
the echidna.
Okay, hold on. It is important to note that while some sources mention a peculiar characteristic of male echidnas related to their reproductive organs, this biological fact is not a defining characteristic of Knuckles. Okay, so wait a minute.
Yeah, so Knuckles doesn't have one, but
Let me just
the
delete.
real animals do.
Okay, hold on. What animal has multiple penises? One of the most similar organs to a squamate
gotten about this.
is the four-headed penis. Not five,
I
but
thought it was
four.
5. Okay, it's 4. Excuse me. You couldn't count $3.95, $4.95. I couldn't count peckerheads. Literally.
What heads?
Pecker. You ever call nobody a peckerhead?
Nope.
Mm.
What else would I have called them?
Cocksucker?
That's a cuss word.
That's not a cuss word.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Don't try to fucking don't.
No, I haven't said any.
Don't,
You trying to change the rules now? You
Nope.
know you're losing.
Don't try to
Cock is not a cuss word.
to move the goalpost now.
No, I said a cuss word. That's not a cuss word.
Echidnas have a unique 4-headed penis, not a 5-headed one.
Oh, I thought it was 5. Excuse me.
During mating, only 2 of these heads are used, and they alternate which 2 are used in each copulation.
So they got like a cylinder, like a revolver down there. They're just switching barrels all the time.
This is thought to be related to female echidnas' 2 branched reproductive tract. So they have 2 vaginas.
Well, I mean, that seems like
The
a thing.
echidna's penis also has spiny spines that may help with inducing ovulation in the female.
It's ribbed for her pleasure.
I want to see what an echidna penis looks like. Image. Oh my god, dude! You should see this.
Well, spin her around. Let's see her.
It looks like a deformed person's hand.
It looks like you're about to shove it in some mashed potatoes and yell "my germs."
Use my strong hand. That's exactly what it looks like, dude. Oh, dude, look at that first picture. That dude has got a freaking hog on him. You see that first picture where it's hanging down? Dude, that shit is hanging down.
That thing is packing some heat there.
Yeah. Dude, imagine having 5 heads of your penis and it being hanging down like that, dude.
He's packing some meat.
Dude, you could straight up, like, 5... Listen, man.
Lord.
You could lay some pipe with that thing, dude. That's all I'm saying. That looks nothing like, what did you say, Tails from Sonic? Knuckles, yeah. That looks nothing like Knuckles, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
He looks like he's got 5 knuckles attached to his penis, is all I'm saying. That's the only thing that...
That's not what John Cena intended when he made the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Oh, dude. Some of these, like, the dick is like dragging the ground, dude.
Hey, man.
Oh, my God. Some of them are blurred out. Like, oh, my God, you can't see a 5-headed penis. Have
you ever watched Japanese porn? It's like digitized.
Yeah, it's all like blurred out.
Yeah, like what's the point in watching it, man?
There's no point.
Yeah, it's just like
could you imagine being
look at that blurry square touching that other blurry square?
Oh my god, dude, she is so hot.
Look at that blurry square right there.
That blurred out freaking box.
It literally is a box. It's like digitized.
Yeah,
it looks like the person that's informing on somebody on Dateline back in the day when they used to blur their face out.
Oh, that is a little baby echidna. I wonder if he's got a big hog like these other pictures.
All right, people, that's going to wrap up episode 25 of It Gets Dumber. That seems like the best way to end it possible is Mason over there dreaming about echidna penis. So, all right, catch everybody next week. Say bye.
Hold on a second.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, just wait just 1 second, okay? 1 second. This is the end of the episode, so we can have a little lull. I just Apple cashed you $20.
Game, set, match, people.
Congratulations. Now, on the next episode, I'll try to win my $20 back by not cussing.
You'll try to win yours back by not cussing. Oh, you're going to try to take the no cuss word challenge?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Next episode, I'm not going to say a cuss word.
Okay. You can say cock, because cock's not a cuss word.
I beg to differ, but whatever.
Cock's not a cuss word. It's a chicken.
Okay.
If I said dick, would that count as a cuss word? That's not a cuss word.
Could you say it in school?
I called somebody a dick before in school, yeah.
Did you get in trouble for it?
Not in Cashwell's class.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
See
Listen.
everybody next week.
Bye.